Okay, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to do some other useful transformations in SPSS. If you didn't see the earlier video on date transformations, you might want to check that out first. The transformations I'm going to do here are ways that you can recode data and also how to select or deselect data. Okay, so we're going to have to open a data file. Again, I'm using the food sales cleaned spring 15 data that we can get off the icon site. And in this case, I calculated a couple new date fields already. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up a syntax editor, and I have the old syntax from the video I just recorded. And then we're going to go through and we're going to create a new variable. So again, if it's a string variable, so it's something that has characters in it, we have to say string day type A7. So this means we have a string variable that has up to 7 characters in it. What I'd like to do then is say, I have these day 2 field that has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in it, but maybe I'd like to know that it was a weekend versus a weekday. So what we're going to do then is go in and say recode day 2, so this one that has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in it, and we'll say whenever you see Saturday or Sunday, call it weekend instead. Now we could just leave it like that and recode it within day 2, but instead I'm going to recode it into a new field called day type, the one that we just defined, right? Like we've done before, we'll do a frequencies of day type to make sure we got it correct. And actually, I guess before that, I'm going to paste in some code I already have. So for day 2, we also might want to say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a weekday as opposed to a weekend. All right. So if we highlight the variables that we just, or the code that we just wrote and write or click on Run Selection, we see over here a new data type, or a new variable called day type, and it has values like weekday. Now in this case, if we look over here at the frequencies that we ran, you'll see there's only weekday. And again, we don't have data for our food sales from the weekend, so that makes sense that that wouldn't show up. But in addition, we're going to verify that yes, there's nothing missing. If we had a missing value here, it would concern us that maybe there's something wrong with our data. So let's go ahead and minimize that. That's one way to recode data. Another thing that we can do is we can use something called a do-if statement, and this can be valuable for other kinds of data transformations. So I've created a variable called food category, and it has things like baked goods, chips, coffee, tea, and so on. What it does is we go through these item numbers and item descriptions and categorize them into groups. But let's say we don't, we want to do a different sort of data transformation. What we can do is we can say do if food cat equals baked goods. Now I want to point out you actually have to include the correct spaces and the correct capital letters. So baked goods, the B and the G are capitalized. If you don't do that, it won't do the coding correct. Okay? So say do if food cat equals baked goods, and we finish that with a period. Compute keep. So this is a new numeric variable. When it's numeric, you actually don't have to define it ahead of time. Else compute, compute keep equals 0, end if. Now what this is doing is saying if food category has the value baked goods, I'm going to create a new value called 1 in the variable called keep. Else, in all the situations, I'm going to say compute keep equals 0, end if, and again we'll do frequencies, food cat. Now, by the way, I could say else if foodcat equals coffee-t, compute keep equals 2, and so on. So we could keep doing this do if else for a long time. Alternatively, I could say do if baked goods, compute keep equals 1, end if, and then I could start over, do if foodcat equals something else. There are a number of ways to encode this. So go ahead and highlight that, click on the run selection, and you're going to see there's this variable over here that we just created called keep, and it has values of 0s and 1s. And there's a 1 here when we see baked goods. Again, I ran frequencies. So we have frequencies for foodcat. That tells you all the categories. I suppose I should have written compute frequencies for keep, so we can just add that too. So frequencies you can run on more than one variable. And we'll see here, keep, there's about 85,000 that have a value of 0, and 66,000 that have a value of 1. Now, the reason I created a variable called keep is to tell you another thing that we can do. It's quite possible you may have data that you don't need to analyze, and you could manually delete it. So you can go up to your syntax, and you can just come up here and click the delete key, like I just did, and now we dropped one. But that could take a long time. So instead, if we go into syntax, what we can do is we can say select if keep equals 1, execute. And what that's going to do then is only select data where keep equals 1. Now again, we could do this with any other variables. So we can say collect if day type equals weekday, or we can say collect if item number equals 5271, or if item number equals 5445. But in this case, we're just going to create this or run this one thing. We will do select if keep equals 1, and you see over here it just deleted all those files or all those extra variables. I'm sorry, all those rows. So that's how you could reduce the size of your data. That's it for this video. We'll try to tell you some more useful ways to work with SPSS in the next video.